Yeah, I got to think of something here. Okay. Hey, Dr. Ray, season 16, episode 9, Cut Off Your Parents, part 2.
Great sitting back, Dick. Thank you.
A lot of things, I'll say, a lot of things are aiming to tear families apart. And doesn't have to be like that. Or some,
Okay.
Our viewers, you'll see. Here we go. Okay, here we go. 4, 3, 2. Hey, Dr. Ray. Many of the people who come to our studio audiences for your program, watch on TV, send in their comments, they have a lot of questions about the family. And a lot of them are about families that seem to be falling apart. And there's one part of this equation that is, to me, really disturbing and unnecessary. Older parents and their young adult children parting ways.
This is unheard of, I believe, in human history. And the whole psychological infusion, we are an over psychological society. And because of this, the best thing to do, you want to sever your relationship with somebody. It's not that we have something we have to work out. You're pathological, and you can't expect me to deal with pathology. I like this woman's insights on this.
So yes, this is one of our viewers that suggested we take a look at this to help answer this question of why young adults are doing this to their parents.
There is a disturbing movement attempting to destroy the connection between generations.
This idea that cutting off parents is healing did not come out of nowhere. It was created, repeated, and sold until it felt normal. And it started with like a few trusted voices.
Here we go. In 3, 2, cutting off your own parents to heal yourself? I'm not a psychologist, but
that's the irony. The irony is we don't necessarily work on the relationship. My well-being is what matters, and I define my well-being. So if you say things I don't like, then therefore you are dramatically affecting my well-being. If you do things, or if I look back and I see the way I was raised in either one element or pervasively so, it isn't a matter of, gee, Mom and Dad, I would do it different now as an adult, but perhaps I have some tolerance for what you were going through. No. You were harming me emotionally, psychologically, therapeutically. You're harming me. And the only way that I can be better is to distance or sever myself from you.
How do you get to this point, Dr. Ray? Does it start, again, I'm not the psychologist, does it start in the early years when you're in high school and college? How does this evolve?
I'll tell you something I've noticed in the last 20 years of hearing this. I think there's a relationship between the young adult who is struggling in life, making bad decisions, doing all kinds of things that are self-defeating, and then turning on the parents. If you're living your life well, you're much less likely to turn to your parents and say, you did this. But if you're messing up your life in a lot of ways, who are you going to blame? Like Ghostbusters, who are you going to call?
Not my fault.
Mom and Dad. That's not my fault. That's right. You did this.
That's exactly what I tried not to do. Hold on, we're gonna pick that up. I muted the daggone thing and it unmuted itself. Hold on. That's twice it did that. So let me just pick it up from here.
Where were we?
Yeah, I was just going to say 3, just a quick pickup. 3, 2. So Dr. Ray, I'm not a psychologist. Where does this start though? In childhood, teenage years, college type years, or what?
I've seen this for about 20 years now. It's gained a lot of momentum. One of the relationships I've noticed is that if this young adult, and sometimes not so young adult, is making a shambles of their lives, bad decisions, immoral decisions, self-defeating decisions, they're much more likely to look at their parents as at fault. And therefore, I can sever from my parents because not only did they cause this, but as long as they're around, I'll keep doing this.
Somebody to blame.
And that's exactly what it is. And it isn't just that, Mom and Dad, you were wrong. Mom and Dad, you're responsible for how much I'm struggling in my life.
And where does the solution start with this, Dr. Ray? With the parents who have been
Yes.
kicked out of the life, or with the person who's
Here's my standard piece of advice. Much of the time, the parents are reaching out. They're trying. They're sending texts. They're sending cards. They're doing whatever they can. They're being rebuffed or ignored. Frequently, I will advise them, send some kind of communication, however you wish to do that, that says, it's very clear to me, you do not want me in your life, and I will respect that. So from this point forward, I will leave you alone. If you ever want to reconnect or reconcile, please let me know.
how hard that must be for a parent to
But
do.
it's even harder to get rebuffed and rejected and ignored time after time.
Great.